friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erin and I do mostly budgeting videos like the one you're about to see here. If you are new here, I do regular budgeting videos with real numbers, so if that's something that you enjoy watching, consider subscribing. I would love if you stuck around and did so. This is my budget planner. This is a big happy planner with metal discs that I replaced the plastic ones, and my notebook cover is by Tool, T-U-L. So you can get those at Office Max, Office Depot, some other places, but they do fit the Happy Planner discs very well. It's also a disc notebook system, obviously. The only thing that I wish Tool would come up with is this edge piece here that actually fits into the discs. I wish the edge pieces match the covers. So that's my only complaint. It's not really a complaint, but I just think it would be nicer if everything was all one color. The only time you get the nice non-transition look is if you buy one with a black cover, which I also have, and it looks really sharp because obviously all of these on all the notebooks are black, I believe. But anyways, I have had this cover for a really, really long time. And recently I know that they did bring it back in this size and then the half letter size. So if this is something that you've been eyeing for a while or you've seen them before, you can see my box lights that are overhead, but you can see there's a metallic finish underneath all these laser cut flowers. It's really pretty. All right, so I haven't talked about that in a while. I thought I would address that. Today we're going to talk about monthly expenses, and that's something that I have not updated in a while, except not much has changed. I'm just increasing a little bit, only because all my utilities are going up. And so I'm not going to have the increases. I'm going to have the budgeted amounts that I'm used to. And then I can't even do that. No, I guess I could do it on here. Here's what I budget, and here's the actual, and then the difference. So this is my old budget or monthly expense format. It is good. It just wasn't making me happy. I created this not so long ago, so it did work out, but I'm thinking this is my new one. Let me pan out just a bit. So here I have monthly bills, and this is more of not a forecast. This would be probably better served as either a recap or a use as you go. I have a situation here, a little box here for income and different sources. Here's for the different sinking funds, total monthly expenses that include your bills, variable savings, and miscellaneous. And then here is where you would list all your monthly bills or fixed expenses. And then here's a area for gray. This is in the paper. I keep trying to scratch that off, and it's in the paper. And then your total. So I guess they both have their own function, and I can see the logic in each one of these, you know, but I'm still drawn toward this more. It just works for my brain better, but I also like the ability to forecast with this. So I don't know, I may end up using both, or maybe tweaking this somehow and redoing it, because this gives me the forecast ability, this gives me the actuals. So I think what we'll do right now is let's go ahead and fill out the forecast, because this is going to be for the month of May. We've already paid, let me just switch this view a bit. We've already paid April's bills, and we did that with March's money. So this is going to be May 2022. And I want to ask you guys, does your handwriting change depending on what pen you use? I'm telling you, my handwriting is constantly different. It's really weird. And it's all dependent on whatever pen I grab. So I'm putting my book over here because it has my numbers in it. So if you see a shadow. All right, so we have our mortgage, car insurance, homeowners, cell phones, gas, electric, cable, water, car 1 and car 2. So I'm going to write down my budgeted numbers, but these are going to increase on some of them. And more specifically, they're going to be increasing on water, especially, and perhaps I'm looking. I don't know, maybe electric. I'm not sure. That's why it's good to do this, because we're going to see how it plays out. So car insurance is 121 and change, but just for video purposes and, you know, all that, I'm just going to round it so we don't get too decimally. That was car insurance. So homeowners insurance is going to be 128. I think these are going up again. So I'm going to have to keep my eye on that, because I think, well, when it comes to car insurance and homeowners, I mean, obviously there's always going to be some kind of like small increase at certain points, whether or not you've had any incidents or anything like that. But there's just an increase in the cost of insurance. But I think whenever that happens, especially if it's a considerable increase, it's just time to look into some competitive rates. And one of the ways you can do that is with the Credit Karma app. So if you guys have Credit Karma and you keep an eye on your Vantage score, I mean, I call it a FICO score, but I realize that there is a difference between FICO and Vantage. It's just like, it's basically who's looking at it. You can't call everything a FICO. FICO's a brand. It's a trademark. But anyways, if you have Credit Karma, they have a lot of options on there. You guys should dig a little deeper if you haven't done that before and see what they talk about in terms of, you know, helping you to pay off debt, giving you some ideas. There's all kinds of things that you can look into as far as lowering your interest rates for loans for your home, looking at better rates for car insurance. There's all kinds of information on there. It's really, really handy. So cell phones, that should be going down because I'm paying off, or I paid off my device. So we have multiple phone lines on that. 125 for gas, and this one is like the utility. And then electric, what the heck? No, electric should be 125. Gas should be 120. All right. And then, let's see, cable is such a thorn in my side, but we do keep it. This includes our internet, but it also includes like a basic cable. And I know you guys are probably gonna be like, who has that anymore? We do. And I don't see us getting rid of it, to be honest. But we'll see. I don't know. I can't stand paying it. Cable, I don't know if it's like that everywhere, because I guess I really haven't looked into it or researched it that much, but in our area it's a monopoly, so you only have one cable provider. You don't have a choice. Your choices are cable or no cable, and then I guess the alternates would be like doing you know, maybe YouTube TV, doing satellite, you know, all kinds of other like streaming devices or platforms, but I don't know, for whatever reason we like having the cable, so it's okay. So car 1 is 320, and then car 2 is 398. And then what I don't have on here is trash. And we can pay that either way. So it's going to be about, I'm going to put 68, but I know that's going up too. That's for 3 months, or we can pay it monthly and break that down. But they will bill us quarterly. So it just depends. But we could ask, I guess, for a monthly bill, but the default is quarterly. So let's go ahead and add up all of these. So we have 1,000 plus 122 plus 128. 260, 120, 125, 215, 90, 320, 398, and 68. It's 2846. But 2846. Hold on. 68 divided by 3 is like 2267. So 2846 minus 22 minus 1, I'm going to round up, is 28.23. So the total will be 28.23. Okay, a couple things. This is before the additional $1,800 that we're putting on our mortgage every month and paying that quarterly. So if we added that, that would be plus 1,800, would bring us up to about 46.23. So plus 1,800 mortgage. Now this is our plan right now. Now if something happened and we were unable to do that, then we'd be unable to do it. But if not, that's what we're actually looking at. So that would be all of our fixed expenses. These are bills that don't go away. They're utilities, the cost of, maintaining your home, whether you are doing a mortgage, whether you're doing rent. And for those of you who are renting right now, I mean, I feel for you. All I'm seeing on the news lately is how renting is like 3 times what it is to buy a house. And it's just crazy what's going on right now, and how these conglomerate companies are buying up the property, and I don't know, they're forcing up the rent prices by, again, another monopoly. It's just, I can't wrap my mind around what's going on. Nothing makes sense anymore. And people are just getting gouged left and right. And it's very, very frustrating to see. But everything's going up, and there's no justification except inflation. That's all you hear. Inflation, inflation, inflation. And I think that once a certain number of things or certain items start to increase in life, that creates its own justification that, everything has to go up. So it's just crazy what's going on right now. But, I guess we have to do what we have to do. But this is what we're looking at. So our mortgage is relatively inexpensive. I'll be the first one to admit that. That is with taxes, and we're no longer going to be billed that way any longer. Our taxes are going to be separate, so this is going to change anyway. I just removed our tax line from our mortgage line, so we're going to be paying that separately. We got our escrow refund, and I'm still going to have to put the money aside every month just so we have it, just because we're going to be paying it twice a year on our own. But yeah, I wasn't going to have the bank hold that money. Why should they hold it and invest it? I know it's not that much money, but at the same time, why should they have any extra money that is just sitting there for their use? You know what I'm saying? I mean, not that I'd be earning so much interest on, $1,500, $1,600, $1,700, whatever it is, every 6 months. But at the same time, I don't know. I just don't think that needs to happen. So anyway, that was a recent thing that we did. Oh, my hair is falling out. I'm sorry. So anyway, that is what our monthly expense forecast looks like. So obviously we're going to have to put this back in. And I think what I'm going to use this for is a working document as I go along throughout the month of April. So as I pay May's bills, I can start listing them here, because these are all May's bills, as you know. So April's money goes for May, May's money will go for June, so on and so forth. We pay everything a month in advance. But I can also start putting in our income. This is a nice snapshot of everything going on with your budget every single month. And I don't know if you saw my previous videos where I talked about this, but I'm working on a whole budget planner where I can have this tweaked and polished and finessed and perfected for you, so you can actually download it for free. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you enjoyed this little explanation video. We need to do this every so often so we're on the same page. But anyways, if you haven't already subscribed, like I said, I would love if you stuck around and did so. And again, I hope you're all doing great. And as always, I hope I see you in my next video. Take care.